What up, guys? No, it's, just at the park for a little bit. I'm just walking. You can see the view. It's kind of nice. The huge body of water right here. But, man, I don't think this video is just gonna be about how 2026 has been so far. And what I will say is that I believe 2026 has probably been, so far, these past 3 months, has been some of the most stressful parts. Well, has been some of the most stressful times so far. I don't even know what I'm saying, bro. These past 3 months have just been stressful, man. that's what I meant to say. It's just been stressful, and dealing with the business, dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff. I was talking to this girl since December. Everything was going good, you feel me? And then just like recently this month, I don't know, she just completely went ghost. It's been like 3 weeks, so it is what it is on that, just moving on from that. And well, it's just been crazy, man. It's just been crazy. But the thing that I know is that in order to see growth in your life, you have to be willing to go through times like this. And I don't know if I said this in a video before, but I said that in order to get a breakthrough, you have to be willing to go through a breaking. And so true. It's really so true. And like, I feel like right now I'm in that period of, bro, I think my fingers, yeah, like, all right, that's better. I feel like I'm in a period of going through that breaking, all these things happening, all this workload that I have to take on, It's stressful, it's a lot, but I know that this is what's required of me. I know this is what's required of me. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my goodness, my hands are ashy. Oh my goodness. My hands are so ashy. Please, guys, do not fry me. For some reason, it's like cold. Like, it's sunny, but it's cold. And like, I put on lotion. I can put lotion on my hands and stuff. But the second I step outside, they get right back to being ashy. But as I was saying, all this workload, stress, it's what's required. And I know that every other person who is building something great or who has built something great of themselves had to go through a season, a period of time, to where they were just constantly getting broken down. They had to go through a season of life where they were getting broken down before they get their breakthrough. So something that's keeping me right now is just constantly reminding myself that this is what's needed. This is what is needed. You know? How do you expect to build anything great? Anything with a massive impact? How do you expect to do that and it's gonna be so smooth sailing? You expect there's gonna be no challenges doing it. Every person who built something great had to go through challenges. You think the person who built the tallest, like the Burj Khalifa, right? You think the person who made that tower didn't go through challenges making it? You think, like, Steve Jobs, do you think that he didn't go through any problems creating Apple? Do you think that Jeff Bezos didn't go through any problems when making Amazon? This guy's a billionaire and he's still going through problems. He's still going through problems. So even no matter what level you're at, you're always going to constantly have to go through problems. But the thing about these problems is that once you reach a new height, you have to go through another set of problems. And then once you get through that set of problems, you get even higher. But that means that you're gonna have to go through another set of problems. And as the problems continue to increase, as the problems continue to get like harder, the more you conquer those problems, the stronger you're gonna get. The stronger you're going to get. I accidentally cut the video there. But what I was saying, yeah. In every period and stage of trying to build something great, you're going to have to go through problems, and no matter how much you increase, you're going to constantly still go through problems, and that is just life. Because you're a billionaire, you have a private jet, and you have a mansion, doesn't mean that your life is full of problems. That your life isn't full of problems. It doesn't mean that your life magically becomes perfect and you don't have to deal with problems anymore. That's not what it means. What it means is that when you constantly keep going up, you will face more problems that you'll have to solve. But the thing is that you're going to get rewarded at a much higher exponential level because you're willing to solve those big problems, and that's why you're getting such big results. Now, I'm not saying like I'm some sort of macho millionaire and stuff like that. I'm working on it. But I know that with the problems that I'm facing right now, that if I can't get through these problems, if I can't get through these problems at the stage of life that I'm at right now, how am I going to handle the problems of being a CEO, of being a millionaire, of managing people under me? How am I going to deal with that? How am I going to deal with that? Like, what? It's hold on. So, even with this girl, right? When we were talking for like 3 months or so. Now, I know 3 months isn't like a long time, but it's not a short amount of time. It's like kind of like in the middle, right? So, built up a good connection with her. I liked her. I really did. And I saw some, and I thought at least that I saw something growing between us. And I I definitely wanted to build something with her and saw her as something long term. But then she just left, right? Ghosted. Just like that. And for a little bit, I was still doing, I'm not saying that the situation was stopping me from getting what I needed to do, from getting the work done in my day. It didn't stop me. It didn't stop me from doing what I needed to do. But it was still on my mind being like, dang, did I do something wrong? Did I say, even though I know I didn't do anything wrong, I was doing everything right? Now, I'm not saying I was simping over her or anything. I wouldn't do that, but I was being caring. I was looking out. Spent good time with each other. And it's just like, dang, she just left, went up and left just like that, right? And like I was saying, I was just thinking to myself, dang, did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? But at the same time, I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. Because sometimes when there's no clarity, because clarity usually comes from closure. And there was no closure in this situation. And when there's no closure in the situation, there's obviously no clarity, because it's not clear whether she could have been just not interested anymore. She could have found a new person. Even with all these scenarios that could have happened, I don't know. I don't know, because there was no clarity, there was no communication. There was nothing like that. But sometimes the clarity is found when there's no clarity. They're probably just like, oh, what the heck does he even mean? What I'm saying is that sometimes a person's intentions, and it shows if they're interested in you or not, usually goes by, oh yeah, if they're silent and they're just not interested. Because if she was interested, she wouldn't just go silent like that, right? But the clarity is that there is none, right? The clarity is that there is just no clarity. To be honest, I can't really I'm trying my best to explain it, but I don't feel like it's coming off the right way. But I feel like if you guys get what I'm saying, then you'll get it. If you don't, then I'm sorry if I didn't explain it the best way. But it's just like, sometimes when someone leaves your life without any explanation, and you're trying to figure out why, and you know you didn't do anything wrong, you're trying to figure out if they're still interested in you. You're trying to get an answer. But sometimes the answer, when there is no answer, that's the answer right there. Because if they showed interest, they would show it blatantly. They wouldn't play games. So the fact that she didn't respond, the fact that there's no communication, the fact that she ghosted, is my answer right there. That's my answer. And the only way to, oh, not the only way, the only thing to do right now is obviously to just move on from it, which I'm already doing. Now, if she tries coming back, I don't know. I'm not going to go for it. I'm sorry. If she tries coming back, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Because actually I don't know. I'm not doing that. This isn't like this is like the second time she ghosted too. The first time, she was just saying, oh yeah, she wasn't in like the right headspace and she wasn't right mentally and stuff. And I gave her the benefit of the doubt and stuff. And then happened a second time, which is what I'm telling you guys about right now. So I'm just like, if someone is, and the thing is that she was my stories too, right? So I'm just like, I'm not going to pursue somebody who's willingly choosing to pull themselves away. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to chase for somebody. I'm not. And I'm just like, if you're not interested in me anymore, could have just simply told me. Like, I view the whole ghosting crap as like immature. It's like, we're both adults. We're both adults. So you could just communicate that with me. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get all riled up because that's immature. People who get riled up because a girl is simply just not into them, they're just immature. Right? But what I'm saying is that there's problems like this. Going through this, problems in business, and just problems in life in general. You have to be willing to just get through it, right? You have to just get through these problems, because if you're like I said before, how are you going to build anything great if you're not willing to go through the problems that come with it? If you're not able to handle I don't even know if I want to say heartbreak for it, but like, say for some people who are dealing with a breakup right now, if you're not able to deal with a breakup, but you want to be a millionaire CEO, how are you going to become a millionaire CEO? People depending on you. You have people who are working for you. How are you going to deal with the load of everything falling on you if you can't even get through a breakup? Right? And so I constantly tell myself this as well whenever I'm going through problems personally, in business. I'm just like, if I can't handle it now, how am I going to handle it then? You have to think with this perspective. It's like, if you are crumbling from problems when you're making like 1K a month from your business, how are you going to handle the problems of running a $10 million business? I tell myself this every single day, that if how am I going to, if I can't get through this, how am I gonna get through it when I'm a millionaire? How am I gonna get through millionaire problems? In every single stage of life, there are going to be problems no matter what. But sometimes those problems are there to weed out the people who really want it. So the people who really want it, the people who really want the success, they are going to face those problems head on. They're going to face those challenges head on and conquer it. That's what they're going to do, and that's what I'm going to do. Every time there's a problem, I've been dealing with so many problems in business. I've dealt with so many problems in business, in reselling, and other things. I've dealt with a bunch of returns. I've dealt with banned accounts. I've dealt with all these things. There are some people who their account gets banned once and then they give up. They get one return and then they give up. Like I'm saying, these problems weed out the people who really want it and the people who just talk. And 99% of people are just talkers. That's why there's a 99%, and that's why there's a 1%. Because 99% of people can't deal with problems. They can't, they crumble, they fold under pressure. But I want to let you know that if you're going through something right now, whether it's personally in your life, whether it's in business, if you're going through it right now, I want to tell you to please keep on going. Please keep on going. Not gonna lie, I feel like I've kind of been all over the place with this video, but if I had to just sum it up, I'll really just tell you, please keep on going and don't stop. Don't stop whenever there's a problem. Don't give up when a problem arises. Because think about it, these problems are here to make you stronger, bro. These problems are here to make you better, because when you do solve these problems, you get better. Right? You get better. It's like in math. It's like in math or in any other subject in school. Anytime you're faced with a problem, you may not solve it the first time. You may not solve it the second time. You may not even solve it the third time. But the more that you keep on going at it, and as long as you're not willing to give up, and you keep on going and you find the answer to that problem, you're going to get better and better. You're going to keep on getting better. So, don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Don't give up. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how much is getting put on your plate, don't give up. I won't give up. I can't give up. No matter what problem gets thrown at me, I will not stop. I will not stop. I don't have any fallback if I give up. I don't care what goes on in my personal life. I don't care if a girl ghosts me. I'm not gonna let that stop me from pursuing my goals and my dreams and my aspirations. There's so many people that when they go through a breakup or a girl they've been talking to for a while ghosts them, they take their foot off the gas. And they're just like, oh, well, I'm just gonna wallow in the pain and I'm just going to just not do anything. Bro, use it as fuel. Use it as fuel. That's what I'm doing. I'm using this as fuel. I'm gonna use this as fuel to get better. Not just in business, but everything in my life. In my physique, in the gym, in my mentality, in my walk with Christ. I'm good. You have to use these things as fuel. You have to use the pain as fuel to get better, not to get worse. One thing bad happens to you, and then you take your foot off the gas and you start getting worse? Nah. I'm not gonna let that be me. And you shouldn't let that happen to yourself either. Remember, like I said, if you can't get through these problems, if you are expecting to build something big, if you want to build something big, if you want to make a name for yourself in this life, and you can't get through these problems, how are you going to do it? How are you going to take on the problems of a CEO, of being $1 million CEO? If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a 7, 8, 9, 10 figure business owner, how, if you can't even get through the problems of a girl ghosting you or a girl breaking up with you or the workload that you have to deal with right now as you're starting up, if you can't even get through it and persevere and push and continue to keep pushing, how are you going to be able to handle the problems of a 7, 8, 9, 10 figure CEO? That's the end of this video. This is probably my longest video yet. But I'm just gonna head over to this college campus. I'm probably gonna go to the library and rip some work. I was also just doing some work over this little patio that they have at the park. I was just doing some cold calls and other stuff. But I'm gonna go in there, do some more work because it was cold outside. But sun is out still. Still happy the sun's out. Just wish that it was hotter, but hey, it is what it is. You guys remember, just because you're going through problems, it doesn't mean that you should take your foot off the gas. Keep on going. Keep on going no matter what. All right? Remember, we're in this together, guys, bro. We're in this. We're in this together, bro. I'm going through problems just like you are right now. All right? But I'm not going to give up. So you shouldn't give up, bro. If you're watching this right now, do not give up. Don't give up, bro. All right? Don't give up. Keep on going. Matter of fact, if you had your foot on the pedal, press that John all the way down, bro. All the way down. I love you guys. I'm going to continue to document my journey. I'm going to continue to speak on here. And, yeah. It's the end of the video. guys have a great one. You guys have a great day. God bless each and every single one of you guys. You guys have a good one.